stop streaming or whatever. But wait, is my code good? It says stream health is pretty decent, so I'm gonna look at this. Is my code good? Okay, yeah. Alright, well, whatever. It just stopped streaming for a minute, but we're good, apparently. Yeah, but, fuck it, man. I don't even know where to begin, honestly.
Neither do I.
Like, you know, for people that would be watching, which these will just go up on the channel later on, you know, after, you know, the whole live thing. We were talking about just a few minutes ago, like, the whole, libertarian view on politics. Like, did I ever make my point on that?
No.
Okay, well, my general point was gonna be, like, you know, would the libertarian system actually work?
Probably.
I don't think it would, honestly. And I mean, it would be great if it did, but if we're honestly gonna sit here and look at humanity correctly,
You mean there's a correct way to look at it?
yeah, absolutely. Realistically, there's a really good way to look at it. Like, let's be sincere here and look and look at this for real. Like, let's not bullshit this. I mean, I love the idea that oops, I was just accidentally playing music in the background. Do not fucking sue me, okay? Because I don't need that shit in my life.
They'll be on your door. They'll be knocking at your door with the cell phone, talking to some other lawyer.
Yeah, fuck you, man. You played a few minutes of Circus Survive. You should go kill yourself. We're gonna fucking sue you for everything you got, you asshole. Like,
Don't give them ideas.
why don't you just settle the fuck down? I paused it. It was the first 2 minutes. You know, I won't monetize the first episode. Well, actually, we won't monetize any episode. Fuck it. Don't gotta make money off of this stupid shit. We're just sitting here talking and shitting the bull.
We're just bullshitting around.
But yeah, seriously, like, you know, the libertarian system, if we were to look at it really subjective and in the light of reality in the United States, I mean, who the fuck is honestly gonna sit there and allow a president who doesn't really think that, like, healthcare, while it is necessary, kind of, like, most libertarian views are like, well, if you're fucked up, that's your fault for not taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like, like, that would never work in, like, a legitimate society, you know what I mean?
I mean, Canada's going that way.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up over there, too.
What's his name? Trivia?
Yeah, that fucking idiot that's running for their president.
I don't know how to say his name.
I mean, he, you know, he's fucking, you know, elite or colonizing, you know, all countries now, pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
you know, then the United States will put in dictators that they want, and then, you know, now Canada's getting their own dictator. It's gonna be fucking crazy. But everybody's, like, going banana over this guy, and it doesn't really make any sense to me. Like, you know what I mean? He's just a normal fucking guy. Like,
Yeah.
just sitting there shitting with everybody. Like, you know, what the fuck? I don't know exactly what all of his views are, because I don't really fucking care about Canadian society. Like, it's not my fucking job.
You see, weed's like 9/11.
Job, who fucking, like, who fucking cares? Like, wow, you've fucking, you can smoke weed in the middle of the street and the cops won't do anything to you. Fucking awesome, but, like, you know, what happens whenever there's, like, a legitimate problem in your political system, which there is, and people who sit there and say, oh, you know, Canada's a lot better than the United States, go fuck yourself, because no, it's not. Shit, y'all are as fucked up as we are, and it's pretty much noted.
There's certain things, certain.
Like your
It's
bullshit fucking pipelines that you got going through,
it.
Canada, the United States, and even into fucking Mexico. Like that pretty much goes ahead and tells you, the North American Union is a fucking thing.
Hold
Especially
up.
with what is that fucking highway?
Oh, the
Goddamn.
NAFTA
Yeah,
superhighway.
NAFTA superhighway. I knew it
Uh,
was superhighway, but I didn't want to just be like,
hold
what's
up.
the superhighway?
They have really good social programs, but
Well, sure, but why would we, dude? And this is
I know.
where I bring up the libertarian system after I just kind of knocked it for a minute. But like, why would we sit here and talk about,
Social.
a social system if we're living in a country where if we're talking about the libertarian system, why would that even be a discussion?
Right.
Because it makes no fucking sense. If it's a live discussion and it's a libertarian society, there's not even any point to look into social programs. Like,
That's true.
And we shouldn't need social programs. Like, if you have a fucking it, what's the word that I can? What's the sentence that I can put it into that it would make sense?
I don't.
Like, okay, yeah, pensions. If you've got a fucking pension, or if your company that you work for, like if you're like a fucking cop or something, you pay money into your fucking pension. They should
Right.
honor your pension like through contract at this point because there's so much like pension fraud in the United States that it's fucking ridiculous. And if we had that system and everybody paid into it and we're fucking responsible, which this is another problem with the libertarian system, we wouldn't need, social security. Like why the fuck do you need the
But now we're
government to
falling into
take
socialism.
Yeah, now we're falling even deeper into it. And then everybody's like, "Man, I love Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, everything he says makes sense." Okay, so you guys realize that he sits there and talks about how we need to be Denmark, right? Denmark is fucking shit. Like, Denmark is terrible. There's nothing good about Denmark. I mean, Denmark has good, healthcare, obviously. That's the only thing that they got good for it. Like, that's exactly what's gonna happen fucking here, too. We're all gonna live like we're in fucking Denmark. And it's terrible over there. They don't even have money for fucking an extra pair of shoes. Like, why would we go to that system? That system doesn't make any sense. Actually, look up the system under Denmark. They're taxed heavily. Almost over, or actually, I think it is over, what they make goes directly back into the government. I mean, at that point, you're a fucking slave, and our income tax fucking here is already fucking enormous. It needs to go away. There never needed to be an income tax whatsoever.
Well, Bernie, I don't know about him. I don't
Well, I mean,
trust him.
he's a fucking flip-flopper, too. I mean, he'll just sit there and
They're all
say...
flip floppers.
Oh, well, yeah, but his is more obvious whenever you take, like, a second glance at the idiot. He'll sit there and say, like... Oh, I don't support guns, and oh yeah, then I do support guns. I support guns for hunting, and then, like, shut the fuck up. Pick a fucking stance, idiot. Like, why do you gotta keep, and Bernie has been a libertarian since, fucking 85, 86, somewhere around in there, even longer maybe.
Yeah, you could rip him apart. He wants to bring those refugees in and shit. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
And I liked Martin O'Malley at first. And then whenever I saw the whole, like, he wants to bring in 65,000 fucking refugees from Syria, like, sorry, no, dude, stop. Like,
It's not their country.
yeah, and
You're-
it would be fine if we knew exactly who these people were. Like,
There's no way.
yeah, and there's no way to do that. There's no way to do it constitutionally. Like, you have to take it with a grain of fucking salt. It's kind of like taking our opinions as a grain of salt. That's what you're doing with real fucking people. Like, go look at Germany. They took in 800,000. And they were fucking lied to and only said that they only took in, like, what, 100,000?
Germany's fucked.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Germany's getting raided, and they weren't even the motherfuckers that It got fucking supposedly bombed like how they did in Paris, and now fucking soldiers are raiding their houses and shit because of the Syrian
Not
refugee
not
thing.
not in Germany yet, but they're
They've already reported raids over there.
uh
There's raids reported in Germany.
well, people are scared to go outside because
Yeah,
they're,
people are
like,
committing suicide over in Paris because they're fucking scared of the police state.
and then there's women that are getting raped by
By
these
who?
people.
Oh, the Syrian refugees?
Yeah, these refugees are like, we're gonna multiply and we're gonna, basically take over.
We're gonna colonize this land. We got taken in, but we're certainly not gonna get taken out, I tell you. I don't know why they
Yeah.
became like a country accent, but like whatever. That's the idea. I mean, if that's really happening, which I have no idea if that's
Oh,
legitimate.
it's happening. It's happening.
Well, if it is, that's fucked. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not gonna. I don't know.
Like-
I'll have to look
like-
into it.
I'm telling you, like, there's such a separation. They're created by this, like, there's, like, look at the UK right now. There's less white's a minority there. Not saying anything because race really doesn't mean a thing.
Well, yeah.
But so they're a minority now.
What, actual English people?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, of
you-
course. I mean, that's not even a racist thing to say. Like, that's just literally like the truth about it. Like,
I know, but some people get their shit in a wad, and
they get their shit in a wad.
yeah,
What the hell does that mean? They get their shit in a wad, so that means that they're like shitting their pants?
like, no, they like think you're racist if you bring up the facts about that.
Oh, that's weird. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that.
Oh,
That's fucking odd.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know shit about it, so
Yeah, no, there's like Europe's getting destroyed. I mean, systematically by this influx, and like
Well,
I don't mean
so
sound like I'm against it.
well,
I mean,
yeah.
but I mean, the only people I feel that should be fleeing are the actual refugees from the war, not
Yeah,
these
just
people
random
looking.
folks.
The half the reason that some of these people are going is for the welfare state in Germany. No, yeah,
I don't fucking know that.
and, but all these fuckers have like iPhones and shit. It's like,
Well, I mean, if you okay, the only reason. Oh my God, why are my dogs barking? Anyway, the only reason that you can legitimately what's the way to put it? I mean, there's so many fucked up ways to list this that we can't. I can't do it in a decent way, but after the Iraq War,
it's kind of our
technically,
fault.
yeah, absolutely. That's not even the point that I'm trying to make. The point that I'm trying to make is after, like specifically Yemen and a lot of Middle Eastern countries that we've just sat there and bombed, raped, and pillaged. I mean, there's a lot of fucking people displaced in the Middle East. And the
Right.
only way that they can legitimately make any sensible argument whatsoever for taking in refugees in any sense of the word is saying that they're displaced and that they need a place to live, and if they don't, they'll probably get blown up. That's the only argument they can make. But how the
Nope.
fuck can you sit there and take that chance? How can you take that chance with, people's families and shit? Like, that's a
Well-
real threat.
Well, Germany's reasoning behind it is because of the Nazis.
Oh, well, yeah, they're gonna feel shame.
They have
always,
to.
They have to, and it's stupid. I mean, hell, half the people that sat there and fought for the Nazis are dead. Shut the fuck up. This is a whole new, society. We are past that shit. We really are. Like, that is shit. If honestly, you can't even really bring up World War II in a decent argument anymore. And a decent argument trying to put it towards, modern day time. You know what I mean?
Right. I
Like,
don't know.
the only thing that you could really do about it is, like, the only thing that you can use World War II as a catalyst for is, like, racism. Because, I mean, what they did to the Jews, obviously, that's fucking racist. But,
Yeah.
there's a lot of comedians that make fucking jokes, and they're like, man, Jews are fucking annoying. But, like, I don't know why I brought that up, but it's just funny. That's fucking funny. Get the fuck over it. And that's another thing wrong with
Is this
society.
leading into a segue to Trump?
No, not really, but it will at some point, I'm sure.
It seemed like it was leading into Trump.
No, I'm not trying to segue into anything.
I don't want to talk about that fucker.
Well, it'll happen.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Son of a piss. Fuck. What was I? Shit. This always happens, man. Every time I try to think about something important, it always just slips away. I've drank too much coffee today. Displacement. We were talking. What were we talking about?
Talking about displacement, and then you brought up the G's.
Oh yeah, World War II. The only way that you can make a legitimate argument is the whole racism thing that they had towards the Jews. The only thing that you could really bring up with modern day that's really racist is the whole. I mean, I feel racist for sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, you can't bring in refugees." But I mean, like, okay, what's the fucking definition of a refugee? Like, what the fuck does that mean? It's kind of like the ISIS argument. Like, what the fuck does that mean? You're sitting there saying ISIL, and then you're saying ISIS, and then you're saying Islamic State rebels. Like, what the fuck does that mean? The whole Islamic State is fighting this tiny fucking sect of the Middle East, which is fucking Israel, and they've got every right to do it.
I mean, it almost doesn't seem right what's going on over there. If you even get into that argument,
I mean,
even bring up that.
Shit,
But
since the fucking 90s, it hasn't made any fucking sense.
a person who has been forced to leave their country in order to escape war, prosecution, or natural disaster.
Okay, well then I guess they're refugees. Like that makes sense, but like what makes taking in refugees a dire situation? Like really, I was really into Martin O'Malley at the beginning because he was better than Bernie and he made a lot more sense than Bernie on a lot of other things, and then he was like, "Oh, well now, I want to bring in 65,000 refugees." And it's like, where are you going to put these people? Like, where are these people going to fucking go, dude?
I don't know, man.
Like, how does that make fucking sense? Like, stop. You're fucking stupid. Like, that doesn't work. You can't do that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't sit here and fucking tell me that you can do that, because you fucking can't. You cannot really do that.
Hey, I don't know, man.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Like, it doesn't make sense, but you want to bring up Assad, how they're trying to overthrow that fucker?
Go for it.
Yeah, so there was documents in like 2006 about how they were trying to, how they want to get rid of 7 countries. I don't think Syria has a Federal Reserve, has a central bank.
I'm sure they do. Dude, every country really has a fucking central bank at this point. They're all owned by somebody.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah, of course. They always do. If they didn't, it wouldn't make any fucking sense.
But, they want to overthrow, I think they want to get rid of Assad because of the oil and Israel.
Yeah.
I mean, when Russia's their ally, so we're throwing that all off. Then, we've created ISIS to try to get rid of Assad.
I mean, I don't even think it's 100% trying to get rid of Assad either. I mean, I think it's a lot of other fucking things. Like,
it's about 80% trying to get rid of Assad.
Eh.
No.
Eh. I still don't think so.
You don't think so?
No,
This has been news.
I don't think so. I mean, it makes sense.
This was leaked on WikiLeaks.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but like, there's no like fucking end game behind that. Like, what's the end game behind it? Getting rid of
More,
Assad. Like, okay, you know, Assad is fucked up, but why would it be 100% necessary to get fucking rid of Assad?
I don't know.
Like, okay, is it for the oil? Because that would make sense.
I
If it
don't
was
know.
because 100% completely the oil, then fuck it. I guess. I mean, the world pretty much runs on oil anyway, so why not fucking do it? But, um,
I don't know why they're over there.
eh,
It's like it makes no sense to me.
I don't know.
If you look at it, like I think it has to do with ISIS and ISIL and all that bullshit.
Well, sure.
I think that's part of everything about it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, gross. There was a post on Vice that says how to make breakfast with your vagina, and I just don't want to know what that has to do with anything. I don't want to know. I want to know what the fuck that means.
pussy farts or something like.
Yeah, pussy farts. They're just swallowing down fucking pussy farts. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Shut the fuck up. Holy crap. Fuck. I just found a fucking hilarious picture. I'm gonna. Holy crap. I'm adding this directly into the stream right now. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god is what it's gonna be called. Because that's too fucking funny. Jesus. Holy shit. Hold on. But, I mean, you know, getting rid of Assad, like, would that be, is there any way that you could possibly explain to me how that would do anything for anybody? Like, what?
Would help Israel out.
Well, sure, but I mean, like, I have a hard time finding that, you know, legitimate. Because, I don't know. I just don't
They're
see it.
Russia's ally. I mean, they're the strongest. They're their strongest ally in the region.
I guess. But,
That's part of it.
I mean, I suppose, but I haven't. For one, I haven't looked into it, so I don't have a legitimate argument to even make. But that's just that's my line in the sand. Like, what? There's actually no fucking way that makes any sense. Like, to anybody. I don't even think.
But that's how it's been played out there.
What, in the documents?
Yeah, it's kind of they they want control of the region.
Well,
They want
yeah, of
more-
course they want control of the region. There's fucking oil over there.
That's why, and there's
And we're not
probably
even in, like, a grave, you know, like,
and it'll benefit Israel.
we're not even in, like, a legitimate, crisis for oil either. Because, I mean, if you sit there and look at what they're saying about, fucking, you know, ISIS, they're pulling out 50 mil a fucking month of crude oil. Like, if that's a true fucking statement, which I'm sure it is, and
There's
you're
40
only a group.
countries funding them.
Oh, yeah, 40 countries. So then you're making 50 mil a month off of stealing, and then, you know, there's other fucking countries and G20 members that are funding your fucking ass. Like, how much money are you fucking making? And you bet your ass that fucking the United States is funding them. There's no fucking way they're not. Because, dude, go look at this, like, government intervention that we've all been having in this country for so fucking long. It, it it's fucking nuts, and it wouldn't make any other sense. Like, if you can sit there, and if you're one of those people that are like, oh yeah, 9/11 was definitely an inside job, which it was, and it's pretty much proven at this point that it is. There's a bill in going through Congress right now that is 20. It was about 23 redacted pages in the 9/11
28.
commission. 28 9/11 commission report. And, like, if that fucking passes, anybody in the whole fucking country can read that shit. And if you redacted 28 pages of shit on 9/11, is the payroll in there? Is there crazy shit in there that is going to sit there and pretty much show the fact that it was bullshit? Because half of the country...
Arabia. There's Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah, they funded the attacks. But
Yeah,
it was done with our money, because Saudi Arabia gets a lot of our fucking money.
So does Israel.
Yeah, of course. But people don't understand that, like, the Saudis are the fucking terrible sect of Muslim.
I don't know.
I mean, every religion's got a terrible fucking sector of it. I mean... Except for, like, Judaism. I don't really see a problem with Judaism, except for the fact that they just want to throw in their fucking 2 cents into everything.
You see, I think part of it is, too, they're trying to, like, make us fearful of
other people. So you don't want to work with them.
I don't buy any of this shit. So.
I don't either. and I mean, it doesn't...
They've been dishing it off to us since...
9/11. Yeah, even 90s, too. But it really ramped up in fucking 9/11.
Oh yeah, because Osama was a CIA asset. Oh.
I don't even know about any of that. I've never looked in that, but
Should.
I mean,
It makes sense.
But
I've seen shit on the History Channel about us training his forces. It's like, the fuck?
yeah,
What does that remind you of?
exactly.
Oh yeah, ISIS. Oh.
Yeah. And I mean, another fucking thing that reminds us of ISIS that is proven in all the fucking North, gotten a shitload of trouble for it, is the Iran-Contra.
Oh god.
You know, like that is exactly what's going on right now. Fucking Obama, who was he giving guns to? I'm pretty sure it was it was fucking Syria.
500 million towards ISIS, actually John McCain was like, we should give guns to the Free Syrian Army.
Who was it?
There's pictures of that fucker posing with them.
Oh yeah, Obama posing with like Al Qaeda members.
No, John McCain.
Oh, who posing with who?
These ISIS people. He's
Wow.
like sitting in a room in Syria with them.
Well, I know that Obama gave weapons to Al Qaeda way back when. Like that was a thing, but yeah, he gave $500 million of weapons to Al Qaeda. And then Rick Perry said that Obama gave like guns to Mexican drug lords, and that was back in his first fucking presidency.
You wish you could make this shit up.
Yeah, and it's actually on the 9th. It says, I'm looking at an article right now that says Obama may bypass Congress to impose, quote, order for gun background checks. So that's crazy. Okay, you can't do that. Okay, and honestly, if we lived in a society where we didn't have all these fucking problems, I wouldn't own a fucking gun. I don't like guns. Like, I don't really fucking care about them. I'd definitely own one now if I had the choice to. Like, 'cause, you know, it's fucking crazy out there now. Like, we've got this fucking crazy ass police state where you can't even sit in a fucking park in New York without getting shot up with goddamn rubber bullets. Go look at the Occupy movement.
Look at the
In Wall
G20
Street.
Pittsburgh 2008.
Yeah, the college kids that just got shot with shit for no reason. Like, it's crazy. It's fucking nuts. They're just having a fucking party, and then the cops come out, and they're just fucking injecting democracy into these kids, and it's like, why are you doing that?
Injecting democracy.
Like, why are you fucking doing that? There's no reason behind that
Injecting
shit.
terrorism.
It's so fucking rude, dude. Like, there's no there's no reason. Like, what are you fucking proving? Like, you know, are you just trying to inject more and more fucking fear into people? Because that is exactly what it looks like, and that's exactly kind of what's happening. But, shit, do you remember whenever, they tried to say Assange, like, raped that chick? On, like, a dance floor?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I really have no
That's kind of crazy.
pretense into that shit. That
I don't either.
I don't know about Assange. I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. There's no way to now.
I mean, you know, if it really is a government takeover of, you know, Syria, the United States
Russia's not going to allow that shit to happen. So.
Well, yeah, they probably will.
No, they won't. They're their biggest ally.
Syria?
Yeah, in the
well,
region.
That's funny because my dad was sitting there talking about how and I don't know whether it was legitimate, but he sat there and said that Russia was bombing Syrian rebels.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Yeah,
Or,
that they were bombing Syrian rebels before, like, ISIS shot down one of their fucking, like, planes or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, why were they bombing Syrian rebels if Syria's their... Like, wouldn't Syria be able to take care of themselves?
There's a whole bunch of shit going on there.
Well, I mean, I know that there's a lot of shit going on, but I didn't even know, like... I didn't even know that they were sitting there bombing the Syrian rebels at first, and then ISIS shoots down their fucking plane, and then they're like, okay, fuck ISIS. Like, that kind of makes me think that Russia's a bunch of douchebags. Because, like, okay, you're shooting rebels with fucking missiles and shit, and that's cool, whatever. That's not my fucking choice. But, you know, if Assad is the big bad, you know, whatever America tries to paint him as, you know, he can probably take care of his fucking self. Like, wouldn't you think?
He needs Russia there.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, I'm not arguing with any of these points, by the way. I'm just bringing up, like, a counter argument to try to see where the land lays over there.
I wasn't sure, so...
You know, like... I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me, because, you know, and then Putin just not too long ago was like, oh yeah, let's all get together and take these fuckers out. And it's like, okay, wait a minute, Putin, you're sitting here saying that they're funded by 40 countries, and then you're asking some of the countries that are funding them to take them out and help you with it? Like, what are you talking about? A lot of it doesn't make any sense. I think it's all bullshit. I think it's just fucking camera tricks is what they're doing. And I think Putin's only asking for people to help him because he's got his own fucking ideas. Kind of US-esque. Where he's just gonna fuck over everybody at the end of it.
He did a good job of it so far.
Well, Russia's done that before. Like in World War II, they fucked over the Nazis and said, fuck you.
Soviet Union.
Whatever, same shit. Same fucking people.
Shit that dissolved in the 90s.
Yeah. That's now sparking back up.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, I mean, if you look at it though, I could see their reasoning because
I don't.
We're bringing over fucking nuclear bombers around supposedly.
Where the fuck is that at? Did he say that? Did Putin say that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why the fuck are we... Well, we always have nukes. What's the fucking deal?
Like, on patrols, and I can see why.
On patrol. So you're saying that they're just like patrolling with nuclear weapons around? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, this is Putin said that in a speech somewhere.
Was it to the UN?
Oh, it was just on Russia Today.
Well,
I mean,
who knows if that's legit?
I don't know.
I don't listen to Russia Today in the fucking pretext of, like whether they're legitimate or not.
I mean, you just have to take everything with a grain of salt.
I mean, pretty much, because like why? I don't fucking understand it, because you can have so many fucking differing opinions and differing stories that it's such a fucking war on information. It's fucking crazy. It doesn't make any sense. You can't even follow like one story for more than a day, because then they'll throw something else in your face, and that you like how do they have enough time to even check if these stories are legitimate? You really don't, because then the next thing fucking happens, and then the next thing. It's just meant to keep you fucking distracted from the big picture. The big picture's brought up once every year, and then they're like, oh, fuck it. Let's start, They leave out those little fucking rat trails, because it's a fucking game. It's a fucking game to some of these people. Like these big old corporation motherfuckers. And I mean, it's not... And everybody likes to think that it's sour grapes. Like everybody... That everybody is against these corporations because they're fucking jealous.
It's fucking fascism.
No, dude, it's fascism at its finest. Like, that's exactly what fascism is. We've got a clear-cut definition of fascism in this country. And pretty much fascism started in the middle of World War II whenever we stopped all the trade from Japan because they signed on to the treaty
Warsaw
with...
Pact?
Huh?
Is it... Oh, it wasn't. No, that wasn't the Warsaw Pact. It was some pact I forgot about.
It was the pact between the Soviet Union, Germany, and Japan, that they were just all going to take everybody out. And then, I think it was Roosevelt. Roosevelt was like, "Oh, fuck you guys," and then he like shut off everything, shut off Japanese trade through the country. Which, dude, we weren't even in isolationism. Everybody needs to drop that shit. Do you not understand what isolationism really means?
It means you're just out of
That means you don't let anybody in, nobody can get out, you don't do shit with anybody else, you're self-sustained.
North Korea is essentially that.
Yeah, and shit, they still let people in there, and they can't self-sustain themselves. They still let trade come in and out. There's never really been a country under isolationism. Ever. Yeah, you can't. Unless you're in the Middle East. You can fucking do that shit over there. Like, fuck. The only reason why go look at fucking Abu Dhabi. In a few years, they won't need shit. That fucking city will be crazy fucking rich. With all the fucking oil and shit. I mean, fuck. They have money for 2 fucking F1 races in 1 year. The opening and the ending.
It'll all go soon.
Oh, no, it won't? Shit. Fucking,
I mean,
Chevron ain't gonna pull out of that shit.
They're pulling up like 60 fucking skyscrapers at a time.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Just because, fuck it, we have the money for 60 fucking skyscrapers.
Yeah, they have the fucking money for it.
In the middle of a fucking desert.
Yeah, like, why... It makes sense, though. Like, if you've got the fucking money for it, why not do it? Makes sense. Why wouldn't you want to do it? But,
it's crazy.
Like, if that's something that you really want to do with your fucking oil money instead of, thinking about, like, education or whatever,
rich
who fucking cares?
Over there, too.
Yeah, I know. They're all flocking out there, too.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing an interview, with James Cameron. Ugh. Hiccups, man, I tell you. But there was an interview with James Cameron not too fucking long ago. I mean, I think it was like 2009-ish. He sat there and was like, dude, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So, like, this dude lives, I don't remember where, but he fucking left the country. And then I remember the interviewer guy being like, why are you leaving in general? And he was like, it's just fucking scary here. Like, there's weird shit going on. I don't want to be a part of it. And it's like, that makes total fucking sense because I don't want to fucking be here. That's crazy. Fucking crazy. People are killing each other over here for nothing. Police are going out and killing people for nothing. You know, these petty fucking crimes that don't mean shit. It's just to put more people into private institutions. Government pays out more money, destroys the middle class, and then sits there and helps the private prison industry fucking excel. There's more private prisons than there is going to be government regulated fucking prisons in a few fucking years. Like shit.
They're fucking terrible.
Yeah, dude, you get $44,000 for one fucking inmate for a whole year, and then you got niggas in there for fucking life sentences. Getting like fucking pretty good fucking meals over there. Shit, they're making.
They treat people like shit.
Yeah, they treat them like shit, but they also feed them really well.
but they make pennies for big corporations. They're almost like the Nazi prison camps. Okay. No, they are.
If you still feed the motherfuckers, I don't really think you can say that.
It's bad.
Well, yeah, I mean it's bad, but I mean, like, come on. Well, like, if it really is that bad. Let's say it is that bad.
Well, it's not good.
Well, of course, but let's
say... Prisons are supposed to rehabilitate you, not make you into a fucking hardened person.
A hardened person. I mean, dude, that's the problem with the institution, though. Like, you don't fucking fix people so they don't come back. You want them to come back. Fuck yeah, go kill your next wife. Like, you know, like...
Go make some shit for our oil company. Go make the fucking bottles.
Go work on an oil rig, you piece of shit.
No, go make the bottles for our oil company.
Yeah, put the plastic together. Fucking melt that shit. Make it work. And if it doesn't, then fuck yourself. You're a piece of shit.
You're going
Go
into
back
lockdown.
Into the institution again. Like, fuck you. If you and it's all about with these corporations. It's supply and demand, supply and demand, supply and demand. If you can't fucking supply and demand, get the fuck off the planet. Like, we don't need you. The shit and everybody sits here and tries to act like that. They're gonna be somebody. Like, man, I'm gonna be some big musician or somebody who does sports or whatever. Like, you know that you're not gonna fucking do that. It's just you've got high hopes, and there's no problem with having high hopes or whatever. But half of these people that are sitting there, you know, behind these big-ass corporations, dude, they don't want you to be successful. They don't want to ever watch you become a mouthpiece. They like, you're supposed to sit there, come home after working 8 hours a day. Well, let's start at the beginning of your day. Wake up at 6.
They want obedient fucking workers.
Yeah,
they want you to go
brush your teeth, and then go and sit from 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock in a fluorescent lit room, and they'll put you on Adderall, they'll put you on Xannies to make sure that you're wasting your fucking life under these goddamn bulbs and never trying anything. They want... It's slavery. It's slavery in a modern day form. And if you can't fucking see that, I don't know what the hell to tell you. And there's no way that we're ever going to be able to tell you anything to the contrary. Like, if you're honestly going to sit there under fluorescent lit tubes all fucking day for most of your fucking adult life, whatever adult means, you know, you're going to be fucked. Or flipping fucking burgers for some piece of shit that'll yell at you if you put too much mayonnaise on their fucking shit. Fuck them.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Why do that shit? And that's why they ask for $15 an hour. Because not only can McDonald's supply $15 a fucking hour, you know, it's bullshit. Why should I waste my fucking life? Capitalism makes no fucking sense. Capitalism goes so fucking far. And if you keep fucking going... dude, we'd need 3 planets. We'd need 3 Earths to make this shit work for everybody. Like, the way, the quality of living in the United States. You need 3 Earths to do it on the entire planet. And there's... You know, we... It just wouldn't work. You know, and then you got... Whatever. If you want to put
Yeah.
your opinion in there, I don't know, dude.
I don't get it either.
Just capitalism only goes so far.
But
Yeah, it is. Because how can you sit there and, you know, think it's okay to fucking run the world dry of every, uh, every resource it fucking has? And if people really think that, like, climate change isn't a thing, oh my god, go look at the fucking pipelines that run through this country. I brought them up earlier. The fucking pipeline that runs from Canada all the way down to pretty much the Gulf of fucking Mexico.
yeah,
Fucking ruining the earth. Like, it's crazy, and these people, like, on Indian reservations, they fucking own that land. It's their land. And then these fucking pieces of shit come through and they start putting down their little fucking stupid fucking construction flag things. And then they're like, we're taking your fucking land, bro. You have to deal with it. And we're gonna put as much shit here as we fucking want because the government said we can. Like, what? That's my fucking shit. You cannot take my shit. Like, they have the right to the fucking land because they've had it for thousands of fucking years. But then these government pieces of shit are just like, fuck it. We're gonna take it from you anyway. Go eat shit. They don't want you to... These corporations and these fucking institutions, they never want you to go anywhere. Do anything. If you go against what they want, you might as well just be fucking dead. You're dead to that corporation. You're dead to the fucking American people. Fuck you.
I mean, a lot of it, I don't know.
I mean, there's no other way around it. That's exactly what it is. Because if anybody tries to sit there and say that it's not, like, what? You need to go do a little bit more investigation into your fucking in the line of work that you seem to be not understanding. Because that's exactly how that shit goes down. And it's crazy, dude. Because how is that legal? Or how is that morally right, even in just a modern sense? Like, how can you sit there and fuck over people royally, fuck over people just completely irresponsibly, and it just blows my mind.
I don't know. It's crazy. It shouldn't be like that, but society's a fucked up thing, right?
Yeah. But, it won't matter anyway. Because, either we'll all be taken out by this impending fucking war that seems to be going on, or, there'll be certain people that will live successfully. Others will be fucked. Like, the Middle East won't survive what they're about to go through, and that's millions and millions and millions of fucking decent and honest human beings who are going to get rolled off the fucking planet because we can't deal with each other.
Yeah.
Like, that's so fucked. That, like, how can anybody honestly be into that proposition? Because, in all reality, they're not, but,
I don't know, man.
it's stupid. Whatever. They're I don't know.
It's bad.
Yeah, it is, because it's so fucking just...
Insane.
It's just... It's irresponsible as an entire society for everybody in America to be so close-minded to everybody else's opinions around the world. Like, whenever the whole fucking, Iraq War happened. Everybody else in every other country was like, y'all are fucking stupid. Like, you can't do this. This doesn't make any sense. Why are you doing this? And then, you know, we leave Iraq and we fuck that place up. And then real shit starts going down. And then they say, oh yeah, we're taking all the fucking, Obama specifically, we're going to take all of the soldiers out of Iraq. Fuck no, you're not.
In Afghanistan.
Yeah, like, fuck no, you're not going to take all the fucking soldiers out of Iraq. Fuck, Obama, and even fucking, I'll get to George Bush in a minute, but Obama sat there and said, you know, during his whole election process, before he was elected in 2008, you know, going around, you know, rallying to get fucking votes, he would say, you know, hey, we're going to, the second that I'm elected, the immediate minute, I'll start pulling soldiers out of Iraq. And then he was like, oh, can't do that. Whenever he got elected, oh, can't do that. Let's talk about 16 months. And then 2009 rolls around whenever he said 16 months is going to be over pretty soon. It looks like we're going to bring him out. And then he was like, last minute was like, ah, man, maybe 24 months. And it's like, okay, buddy, so you just added, what, another 12 months onto that 16?
Yeah.
So that's like 3 or 4 deployments. That's fucking 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, if you just sit there and say, oh yeah, we're going to bring everybody home, you get people's fucking families all excited to see their fucking son or their daughter or their brother or their mother or their, you know, whoever, like anybody.
Yeah.
Like anybody in their fucking family. You get them all fucking excited and all fucking happy that they're going to be able to see their family member again after their fucking, like, I don't know, 6th deployment, you know, and haven't come home in 2 fucking years. And then, you know, you won't see them for another fucking 2. And then even when they say that they bring out all these soldiers and shit, they've got mercenaries down in there. Those are fucking volunteers and fucking contract. What are they called? Contract mercenaries. I don't even want to call them mercenaries. Actually,
that's what they are.
The contracted ones.
Yeah.
Fuck no, they get paid like a shitload of money to just go out there and kill folk.
I don't know, man.
That I wouldn't even consider that a mercenary. That's a fucking hitman. When you're sitting there getting paid like fucking triple and quadruple what fucking regular soldiers are getting paid to go kill people and have terrible fucking nightmares for the rest of their life and never be content with the fact that they had to fucking kill people for most of the beginning of their fucking life, and then you try to factor them back into a fucking 8 to 5 schedule under fluorescent lit tubes and typing on a fucking computer all day. You can't fucking do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that to people. Pay these fucking soldiers accordingly if they're gonna fucking do it. And secondly, don't fucking charge bullshit onto the government that you aren't allowed to fucking charge. First of all, talking about Halliburton, and that's pretty much under Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney and George Bush are fucking war criminals. Yeah, and them too.
A whole bunch of bad people.
Sitting there making money off of wars, making money off of people dying. What the fuck is that? You can't tell me that makes sense. Making money off of fucking war. People are dying. They make double and triple what they fucking spent. Shit, they'll spend $1 trillion on a fucking war. Like George Bush spent, you know, $6 trillion on both of those wars that he fucking started. And then, you know, Obama was like, oh, I'm gonna cut taxes. Taxes have never been higher for the middle class. For a long fucking time. And everybody sits there and says, oh yeah, no, what Obama had to do was he had to spend money to make the money. That's just regular business. And it's like, no, bro, you don't do that in a fucking economy with 300 to 400 million fucking people in it. You cut fucking taxes. If you cut taxes, you give more fucking money to the people in the middle goddamn class. And shit, you could even cut taxes to the rich fucking folk, too. Then you got more fucking jobs open. More people in the middle class making more fucking money. That's capitalism would make sense that way. You know, if you're spending less fucking money up higher and down lower for the middle class and below that, but maybe if you tax the 1% a little bit higher than they've ever been taxed, shit, you got a good fucking system. That levels that shit out. That people don't understand that income distribution is a socialistic attitude, but you know, under JFK, that was a socialist system, and it made sense and it worked. Everybody remembers that under Richard Nixon, you know, you came home after a couple hours of work and you just made a shitload of money, considering like the how much shit costed, all that retarded shit, how much everything costed versus how much you made. It was a lot better in the 70s than it is now, and even in the 60s. But people don't understand is, what they don't understand is JFK, he was the one where these guys would come home and they would get a fucking martini out of their wife's hand the second that they walked in the door and put down their fucking briefcase. That happened because of policies that JFK did. Richard Nixon didn't build that shit.
Yeah, I know.
And that motherfucker was shot in the face in Dallas because it made fucking sense. If you take out the Federal Reserve, you know, a lot of fucking countries are going to get fucked over because of that. They can't sustain themselves. You know, the whole fucking world is socialist. And people don't even, like, people in the United States don't take it out of the fucking spectrum of, oh, I'm here and everybody else is out there. What does it matter? I don't need to think about them. What's the fucking point of thinking about them? Because that's the whole fucking point. You know, everybody out there is the same as everybody in here. You know, like, you can't factor just one economy into this shit. Federal Reserve is under us. They have central banks everywhere. You know, everywhere in the whole entire fucking world. Almost every country in the world has a fucking central bank. If you shut off that money supply to them, they're fucked.
Which wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah, it probably would be. Now that they've just ingrained themselves into everything, you can't.
We were going back to the gold standard. That's what money it should be, gold, based on something, not, you know.
Yeah. But
based on nothing.
It'll never fucking happen. Like, why would that ever happen again?
Well, they killed Gaddafi because he was trying that shit.
Yeah, no. But why would they ever fucking do that again? Why would they ever bring back a gold standard? Because then you could fucking save your money, and it could be 3 times worth what it was at the beginning of when you started fucking saving it. And all you gotta do is just shove that money under a fucking bed. And actually, my dad brought this up. They're talking about stealing money out of people's bank accounts and shit.
Oh, yeah, you mean negative interest?
Yeah, they're gonna start pooling into your fucking account and taking a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there, so you don't fucking notice it. And, like, why that fucking is there's too much money in circulation. You have to put it back into the inflation bubble after it gets so fucking large. It will explode. That's the problem with the fucking monetary system that we have in this country. In every other country, too. Because, I mean, it makes sense for oil. You know, like, the whole, what is that system called? Son of a bitch. It was made under, Richard Nixon. The petrodollar system. If we weren't a fucking tyrannical fascist country, it would make sense to do it like that. You know, just trading the fucking oil with each other.
Yeah.
And if it were done in a reasonable manner, then it would make total sense. There wouldn't be any fucking problem with it.
Pretty much.
You know, because the petrodollar system works, if nobody understands what that is, Petrodollar system is where you you put money, like if you're a country that exports oil, so that means you give your fucking oil away to somebody, like the U.S., because we're an oil importer and every other country is sometimes too. Sometimes they don't want to be, sometimes they are. But if you're an oil importer, you fucking pay these people for the oil, but they send it, the exporter sends it in their monetary system, like in their currency. So Middle East, most of those countries will send in euros, because that might as well be the kind of like the world currency, like for every other country except for this one. But then, you know, America shoves democracy down everybody's throats and says, okay, we're going to send you back American dollars. And they can't do shit with that immediately. So what they have to fucking do is they have to put the money that we just gave them back into our central bank, which is the Federal Reserve. They make interest off of it, but they have to keep it in there for a select amount of time. So basically, we give them, okay, let's say $50 million for the oil. And they send us, you know, 120 million euros for the 50 million, you know, oil. Okay, so we give them the 50 million, and then they put it in our bank, and then they make like, at the end of it, like 57 million after they have to sit on the fucking money for a while. You know, you start making a lot of fucking money, but where does this interest come from? On a fiat fucking currency. They're just giving them extra fucking money. Like, that's what's happening. It's not multiplying. How the fuck does a piece of paper multiply? It doesn't make any sense. And then, you know, you pay interest on your fucking house and your car and all that shit. What the fuck is that? It's just taking more money out of your fucking pocket. There's no fucking reason for that shit. Because when you sit there and print money off at the hundreds of fucking billions, you know, you gotta start taking some fucking money back.
Pretty much.
Like, you gotta take away that interest to put back into the system. Because, you know, there's a 20 million or 20 trillion debt in this country. And there's a lot more debt every fucking where else that's in the American money standard.
It's a debt-based currency.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's fucking fiat. It's got no fucking value behind it. A dollar is a piece of paper. It's like a fucking monopoly dollar. The only thing
my ass with that dollar.
Yeah, the only thing is about the real fucking dollar is you can go actually buy shit with it. But if you put a monopoly dollar beside an American dollar, there's no fucking difference. There's still they have no fucking meaning. But they act like they do. Because if you're sitting there being able to print off all this money with no fucking gold back behind our currency, which we haven't had since the 1930s, go look at people that sit there and run the Fed, the Federal Reserve. They'll sit there and say, "Hey, we haven't owned money since gold since 1930." And like, dude, they took everybody's gold away from them after one of these fucking huge meltdowns with one of these central banks in the United States. Can't remember which one, but they did it.
I think they did it after, like, they were doing it in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah. They took away pretty much everybody's money.
Yeah.
No way we want a fucking competing currency.
Hell no. We can't have that shit.
That's why everybody makes a shitload of fucking angst about Bitcoin. My dad brought up Bitcoin. He was like, what currency will we go to next? Bitcoin? I was like, no, dude, there's not enough money in that system. But it's a great system.
There's only so much of it.
Yeah. They already mined out 12 million Bitcoin. I mean, there's probably like 2 to 3 trillion in the system.
No, there's a limited supply.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in like regular money aspect, 10 Bitcoin is like what, $300 or something like that? 20 million Bitcoin?
1 million. One is $300.
One Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, yeah, there's definitely $1 trillion in that system. Shit, are you serious?
Bitcoin's 300 something. It was $300 last I looked.
It's probably still that amount. But that's a great system. You know, like one fucking, way back when, one gold quarter back way when was like a full fucking dollar. And we call it a quarter now is because that's how fucking much ours is worth. A dollar versus the gold standard dollar, completely different. Our dollar versus that dollar would be a quarter. Like the American paper dollar now versus like a gold nugget. Fucking huge difference. And there's a reason for that. Why would they let you own so much fucking money? There's no way that these big old fucking corporations would just let you do that. That like you'd end up making more money than them. That's why you can't really find anywhere where you can, buy gold. Because there's not that much money around. Like, not enough gold for that kind of shit. If everybody turned in their money today to try to buy gold, pretty much, like, 200 million people would go fucking bankrupt right there. If they took the money and then gave you nothing. Because there's not enough fucking gold. And that's the whole point. Capitalism makes no fucking sense. We shouldn't be this high up. Capitalism should never have grown this fucking large. There shouldn't be people who own billions of dollars. It just doesn't make any sense. Shit, we should still be in like a 1880 type standard of money. And even then, it was still too fucking high. So, yeah. That's all I gotta say about that. Shit. Rambling on about the gold standard for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's kind of ready to end this here soon.
Alright. Well, do you have anything that you want to bring up in specific?
No, I mean, I pretty much just have to say that you have to seek out the truth no matter what in this life. The truth's never going to be handed to you. It's always important to think, never accept what the reality is never accept what the media is trying to tell you. Always think outside of everything. Because there's a lot of bullshit. I think about 85% of it's bullshit.
Is that it?
I wanted to bring up one more thing.
Go for it.
I have to find it though.
Well, whenever you find it, fucking tell me.
You keep rambling.
Well, I mean, I wasn't trying to ramble. I was trying to make legitimate, points.
Oh, I wanted to bring up the NSA, but I don't know if I should wait till next time.
No, go for it.
Well, they're trying to ban encryption. I don't believe in that because these old ass fuckers that don't even understand how it works. They're like, yeah, we should backdoor it. Yeah, well, you see, once one person figures it out, everybody knows the backdoor in. Not only the Americans, but the Russians, the Chinese, our enemies. That's the most retarded shit ever. And you know what? There's always going to be the so-called illegal encryption. Like, you cannot mount a solid argument against banning encryption. It's simply not possible. Because encryption is what keeps companies secure. Well, partly. It's about 10%. But let's say your database gets hacked and you don't have the encryption key anyways. What the fuck? You're already in.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking retarded. And they say that terrorists were using that shit, but that's not true. Like, that came out of the New York Times or whatever. It's all bullshit. Like, these people don't understand that the NSA can get into the encryption anyways. That came out recently in a leak too. Encryption's is basically fucking useless for the average Joe, unless you're using like military grade 4096-bit encryption. It's all fucking terrible, and I don't understand why there could be a war on encryption. I don't understand why there's a war on breaking everything. I don't understand at all. There's the whole Five Eyes program. They just trade around intelligence all the time. Like, do people think this is okay? Like, do people think this is okay for them to be breaking security? Like, and making it easier to get into it? I mean, I understand the research, but when you're just doing it just to do it, then, our enemies figure it out. It makes it worse. What do you think about that?
I agree with everything this man just said. I mean, if you don't have an encryption based society on, specific intel, or really anything, like anything that can be encrypted should be encrypted.
Everything can be encrypted. Your computer can be encrypted.
Yeah.
Data should always be encrypted. They're trying to get rid of that shit, and I don't understand the basis of it. It's because there's a bunch of old fuckers that don't understand it. It's like the same people that one guy that thought the internet was a series of tubes.
Yeah.
No, not at all. The internet is a internet's just
web.
it's a bunch of interconnected networks that make up one.
Yeah. A web.
I,
A fucking spider web.
I don't know about that. There's more.
That's why it's called the World Wide Web, Nos.
I don't even.
www. The World Wide Web. Well, yeah, there's obviously other sects of the internet, but they all do connect back to each other, no matter what. Yo, dude, your mic going crazy.
Yeah, you ready to end this?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's crazy. But, you figure that out, because holy shit. Probably death people. Okay, there you go. It's a little bit better. It's gone, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there it is. It's back. You gotta get a new headset, yo. It's crazy. But, I mean, yeah, if you, shit, anybody in this planet, no matter what country you're in, should be able to encrypt whatever the fuck you want, or ask to have anything encrypted that you fucking want. You should only be the one with the fucking key with it. If you paid the money to...
That's not how it works.
Well, it should be that way.
You share your key with the person you want to share it with.
Well, sure, of course.
That's basically how it works. And if you can
you
backdoor it so where one person can have a key and all that bullshit, and they can open all of it. It's like, have you ever heard of RSA? That was backdoored. They had dealings with the government. RSA used to be everywhere. They had backdoor dealings with the NSA, I believe. And then they also had dealings to backdoor it. It's all fucked up.
No, I was saying only, like, you, the person that encrypted, should have the key. Is what I said.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Oh. Yeah.
But I mean, you should be able to give the key to whoever you want, as long as you know exactly what they're gonna fucking do with it.
Well, there's two types of keys. There's a public and then there's a private key.
Well, obviously, every one of them should be fucking private.
No, that's not how it works.
It should be, is what I'm saying.
It's just crazy.
I don't care how it actually works, because how it works right now is fucked. Like, encryption should always be private.
Well, the NSA's been, they broke Tor recently. That's fucked up to me.
Yeah.
They paid a university to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're basically, they have a war on math.
Yeah. Hey everybody, there's a war on numbers! Wake up, America!
What isn't there a war on?
Nothing, really. There's a war on blood sugar at this point.
You cut your lip.
Sugar counting your blood too high? Fuck you, you're gonna get killed for it. Like, fuck off, man. Leave me alone.
Terrorism.
Yeah.
I'm gonna inject my terrorism into my blood.
Fucking crazy, dude. Like,
Goes down like Alex Jones.
what do you want me to say in specific?
Inject terrorism.
They're trying to inject terrorism into our country, and we will not allow it. They're trying to take away all our guns. Pol Pot took the guns. Stalin took the guns. You're not going to take our guns. And it's like, dude, settle down. There's an easier way to talk to people, so they'll fucking at least follow what you're saying a little bit. You're so fucking aggressive, people find you stupid over it. Like, fucking chill, dude. Fuck. If you can't chill, then get the fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, he's a good voice, you know, like for the whole, you know, trying to open up people's eyes movement. Like, for rallies, perfect guy to do it. Because he can scream and he can be serious, you know, but...
Yeah.
It's kind of like that fake serious, you know what I mean? Like, he's just got that... It almost seems fake all the time. Where he's just sitting there, like, you know, just fucking yelling in your goddamn ear like that.
Ah!
The goddamn... Rude! They're taking away all our freedom! Ah! It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Come on. Like, just fucking chill. You can't just keep yelling into people's faces like that. It just does not work.
Something like that.
They're gonna take away your freedom! Like, please. Dude, stop it. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, that's just the fucking guy that guy is, you know?
That's quintessential Alex Jones.
Quintessential Alex Jones! Like, ooh, Jesus, fucking tired. You know, what would be really fantastic for, the U.S. with foreign policy, with, you know, any kind of idea that you get into your head, is kind of like a liberalistic type, Republican-esque social idea. Like, you know, technically those classes, before they got filled with douchebags, worked. You know,
yeah.
You had, you know, George Washington, you know. Obviously, he was a libertarian. First guy to ever be elected as a libertarian, and even since, last guy to be elected that was a libertarian. So the first guy to ever be elected was a libertarian, and he was pretty much the prime factor as to why this country is the way that it is. So, but anyway, goddamn dogs, retards. What was that? Oh, yeah. Okay, so the Republican Party, right? Their social ideas and, like, how big the government should be by, you know, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, size-wise of the military, Republican values on that are really good. Like, it makes sense. You need a small fucking government. When you have a big government, you fuck everything up. Like what we have now is not gonna work forever. Even if, like, all the shit that we're sitting here talk about never come to pass, like, it'll never work out forever. Like, there's always gonna be something that's gonna be really fucked up, and it will end. Like, The same shit happened with Rome with the big ass military that they had for back in those times. Fucking failed. And it's
Yeah.
gonna fail here too. Because one day we're gonna get our ass kicked. Because we haven't won a war since World War II. You know, like, we. You know, if we try to sit there and say that we won the Vietnam War, are you fucking crazy? Dude, no. That wasn't even a war that we were allowed to fight in. And then everybody's going to be like, wow, you're commie scum. It's just like, shut the fuck up, idiot. Why don't you just sit there and fucking look at the real fact of, like, we weren't allowed to fight that war and it shouldn't have happened. You know, like, we didn't even make sure by law that we could fight that war until we were already there killing people. And then they lied about the Gulf of Tonkin, so that was another fucking bullshit reason to go into a war just like 9/11. Fucking history repeats itself. Like it always has and it always will. And if people don't understand that, if you don't think that 9/11 is the same thing as the Gulf of Tonkin, think again, motherfucker. And just like the Lusitania in World War One, same shit.
Yeah.
And they knew that that shit was gonna get fucking struck by a goddamn, submarine from the Germans. And they just said, hey, dude, don't get fucking on this boat because you might fucking die out here. The Germans aren't fucking around. But they fucking let people do it anyway. And then other people already fucking knew, and they probably instructed the fucking German, government to shoot that fucking boat out of the sea. Just like how in, 9/11, Dick Cheney in his fucking office was getting told planes 50 miles out, 40 miles out, 20 miles out, 10 miles out. And then he's asked right at the 10-mile mark, do the orders still stand? And he was like, of course they still stand. Have you heard anything to the contrary? Like, these are people that will literally fuck up everything for you, me, or this whole fucking society.
Yep.
And if we don't fucking get our shit together and start actually, thinking about maybe the contrary to the regular opinion, we're gonna get fucking blown up by fucking corporate gangsters. Because of what they fucking want, what they fucking need. They don't need shit. They could live just like everybody else. But they don't fucking do it because they're pieces of shit.
You're supposed to believe everything they say.
Yeah, it's bullshit. There's, there's a certain level of, accountability that everybody has to take in this situation. Like how we've gotten to the position that we're at now. Like everybody needs to take in a certain amount of accountability. And if you can't, you're as fucked as the people that are sitting here doing this shit. I'm not even gonna keep going on that.
Yeah.
If you don't do your fucking part to at least look into the fact that maybe this shit is a real possibility, which it fucking is, and anybody who says it isn't pretty much has no idea what they're talking about. In other words, fucking ignorant. Then it's not. I almost want to say it's gonna be funny whenever you just find out the hard way. Because it really is. It's going to be hilarious. But it shouldn't be. But you set yourself up in that position when you don't think outside of the regular idea of this society. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about North Korea as being, we're basically North Korea in a way with the propaganda department.
Absolutely.
Pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude.
They want you to be like a, how do I say it? Follower, not,
Wait, what?
They want you to follow the propaganda.
Oh, well, yeah, sure. Of course. But, I mean... there's never gonna be any specific way that we can get this. There's no way to get this society moving back in the right track, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's already gone in the completely wrong direction. Like, we'll never get this shit put back together.
Nope.
And even if we do in some sort of way, you know, it'll never be the fucking same. You know, and honestly, to wrap up this discussion entirely, I really do think that there's gonna have to be some sort of revolutionary type militaristic intervention to how we'll have to do this later on down the road. Like, and by that I mean, you know, one day we're gonna all get put in this position where it's either pick up a gun or get fucking killed.
Yeah.
By people that we thought were helping us and trying to make this a more profitable society. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I truly do think that one day we're gonna have to do another civil war that is also gonna be the second, like, Civil War II in the middle of World War III with Revolutionary War II. Like, that's what it's gonna be. Because people are gonna sit there and still say, oh yeah, there's no way that they're doing this. And it's like, dude, are you crazy? Like, look at it. Look at it twice. If you just sit there and throw away the idea immediately without even doing your own research, like, don't take what we're saying as legitimate. Go out and fucking look at the information. Because I think you'll be surprised at the amount of truth that's being spoken this whole fucking time that we've been talking to you guys. For anybody that's listening at all. Because, you know, we're in this stage of, you know, human development, where if we don't try to fix this shit, it's gonna end super bad for, like, everybody. You know?
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna... And I don't even want to... I don't think I could even say that I'm a revolutionary. I don't think any of us can. Even the bigger guys. Even, you know, Jesse Ventura or anybody that's really big into conspiracy or anything like that. I don't think any of these people can be classified as revolutionaries. Do you?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Like, when I think about, you know, revolutionaries, I think about the guys and gals who put heart, blood, and soul into the cause. You know, you get what I'm saying, because
Yeah.
if it doesn't change anytime soon, we're either all going to be dead, or some of us are going to be dead, and maybe we can fix what's been done.
Yeah. It's hard to say.
It really is, because there's like no real way to even find out what's going to happen, because nobody's ever put forth the real legit effort. Like, except for Occupy Wall Street, I haven't seen any other, you know, any other effort.
Yeah.
except for these little like podcasts that start up, and people are trying really hard to beat it into people's heads that like this is a huge problem and it's only gonna get worse. But that's not gonna make a fucking dent. There's a guy named what's his name? I think I sent a video to you of him. Hold on. His name is like Emmanuel. Hold on, wait a minute. I'll find out the legit name because I have one of his videos sitting around somewhere. But his name is Vincent Emmanuel. Or Emmanuel or whatever. I don't want to try to do the whole pronunciation or whatever, because whatever. Anyway, I'm white. It doesn't make any sense for me to do it. And that sounds racist, but if anything, it's anti-racist. I'm just going to say the name because I can't do the pronunciations. But, he sits there and says the same shit. You know, if you go and look back at ancient revolution and you try to see what they had to do to fix what was going on, I don't see any of those efforts going on in our society. You know, if you look at Latin Revolution, holy shit, those guys had to do crazy shit. Those were real revolutionaries. And they did it at conquest to their family, their children, their own fucking life. And none of you fucking, like, some of these Starburst drinking, iPhone tweeting pieces of shit aren't gonna do that.
They're gonna go with the norm of the bullshit.
Yeah, and it's gonna be left up to people that are gonna have to die for your pathetic lifestyle. You know,
There's
like it's gonna be shit.
Out there.
Yeah,
there's
it's gonna suck
about it.
It's not even gonna be fucking anywhere near profitable for anybody.
You can take the red pill or the blue pill.
Yeah.
Red pill's pretty fucking tasty though.
Yeah, it's a, but I mean honestly, if I could choose to go back to the lifestyle that's closed-minded,
never.
I would.
I couldn't do it.
I would immediately, because I'm actually tired of like trying so fucking hard, and these asswads not giving a flying fuck. You know what I mean?
You can't give a fuck. They either know or they don't.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't really care. I just know. Yeah.
I don't know. But it's kind of like smoking.
Oh, damn,
never
nice.
touch your first cigarette or your I don't know. Well, smoke weed, but I'm talking about like cigarettes in general. If you never have to pick up a cigarette in your life, never do it. If I could go back to the first time that I ever picked up a cigarette, never. I would never pick it back up. I wouldn't redo it all over again, you know what I mean? Because it's fucking ignorant. There's no point behind it. It's just time wasting. Which is kind of what this is. If you look at the way that the society is going, that's why I brought up the fucking, the Starbucks drinking, iPhone tweeting pieces of shit of this society. That's what is encompassing the whole fucking society.
Forgetting about Facebook.
Oh yeah, Facebook too. But I've seen some smart people on Facebook. There's less idiots on Facebook than there is on Twitter, honestly. But I mean, there still is an overwhelming
too
amount.
fucking mainstream.
Well, yeah, sure, but there's still an overwhelming amount of idiots on Facebook. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. I'm not trying to act like Facebook isn't fucked, because it definitely is. But but if we're really gonna try to fix this shit, there's gonna be there's gonna have to be some people who are probably willing to die for the cause, and I don't think we'll ever get there, because people, first of all, aren't gonna give a fuck, and secondly, who wants to sit there and die for something like that?
I wouldn't want to die. I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, I'm sure nobody wants to die, but you have to at some point. I know that, like, me personally, I would definitely die for the cause.
I wouldn't want to.
Like, I wouldn't want to die if I didn't have to. You know, but if I'm put in the situation where we're bringing fucking AK-47s to a drone fight, I'm in. I'm sorry. And it's gonna always be like that because nobody else is gonna fucking do it. And it's gonna be up to people like that in this fucking society who are going to take care of this shit for everybody else. Because everybody else is gonna sit there and want to be content with drinking their fucking Starbucks. That they'll bitch and moan about the whole fucking, there's no Christmas trees on this cup. It's like, shut the fuck up, idiot. Get the fuck over. Starbucks from Starbucks. Like, get the fuck over yourself, though. Like, seriously. Who can honestly sit there and act like that's a big fucking deal? It's nothing. It's pathetic.
Those people that just give a fuck because they seen it on Facebook or something.
Yeah, some piece of shit, big and famous, could have talked about some other interesting topic or something that actually fucking means something.
Something fucking intellectual.
Yeah, but no. It's just that one dick that just happened to bring up, like, some dumb shit. It's just fucking pathetic. It's pathetic information that never needs to be known.
Being intellectual is not cool.
Why write a book? Why read books anymore when I could just drink my Starbucks pumpkin spice ass? You know, like, it's ignorant. But honestly, words of encouragement at this point, because we've been just sitting there on the weird little high horse of being unhopeful, which, I forget the person who first said it, but, like, I know for me personally, I'm a prisoner of hope, but I'm not very optimistic. Like, hope is all we fucking have, but I'm not optimistic at all. Like, it's obviously not gonna fucking work no matter what.
Yeah.
And if it did, you know, that would probably be the biggest fucking shit that's ever happened. Which it won't, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious it won't fucking happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
You ready to call it?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, it's been about 2 hours now.
Yeah, it's been 1:38.
Oh.
It's not too terrible.
Yeah.
For a first podcast, yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, everybody have some fucking hope and optimism, because we're all gonna need it.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, don't drink the Kool-Aid. And,
take the red pill.
Yeah, and one more, point that I want to make. If we are gonna start a revolution, I'll quote this too. I don't want to do a revolution unless I can dance. Like, if it's all gonna be serious 24/7, it'll never happen. We'll need time to chill out. It can't always be about killing people and getting this shit fixed either. We need fucking time to develop and, you know, work out what we need to work out. Like, obviously, there's gonna be times for seriousness, but I also need some fucking downtime, because like this situation, like this podcast right now, me and him are just shitting the bull about some situations and ideas like this.
Shitting the bull.
Or shooting the bull, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, we're just sitting here talking, you know, like, we're gonna need fucking time like that. Because best ideas happen when it's just you and your fucking buddies,
Fucking around.
smoking some weed, drinking some coffee, whatever the fuck you do, you know, and just talking about the fucking situation, getting drunk with your friends, and then being like, hey, dude, what about this? And then they're just like, oh, shit, well, yeah. Just like
People
what we're
tell
doing
the
right here.
best shit when they're drunk. They just start talking about their lives.
We're
Like, oh
just
yeah,
we're just gonna need this amount of time for these situations. Like if we don't have time to sit here and sit around and just talk about it in a regular form or fashion, we're gonna have more problems than we can handle with the whole revolution. So if I can't dance during the revolution, I don't want to be a part of it. It can't be serious all the time. Might as well run our fucking dicks off about it. But yeah. Anyway. Podcast over and done with. So if any of you people came to watch, it'll be up on the channel so you can watch back to listen to the whole discussion. But yeah, hi, Ivan. Too bad you just came in at the last second. But anyway, yeah, we're out. So,
watch it later.
yeah, watch the podcast after it's been uploaded. So we can, talk about this next podcast. If anybody has any questions, they can ask next time. Honestly, I'd rather not have questions about like the whole, what I'm doing outside of this podcast discussion. Any questions that need to be asked otherwise can be asked on my dashboard on my channel. So, yeah. Gonna get going. See you guys later. Don't start the revolution unless we can dance, motherfucker. Okay, bye.